Hi friends, it's Jenny and I had a fun mail day today. I had 4 packages delivered. You see 4 here, but one of these I'm actually hanging on to from last week. We had so many unboxings that I did have a little order from Bead Box Bargains that I hadn't opened yet, and I decided that I would wait and open it with what I knew was coming this week. And so I could do a little bit more of a haul video that was not quite so close to all of our subscription unboxings that hit last week. So I got my Danielle Wix order and a Softlex order and another Bead Box Bargains order. So I have the old one and the new one. And then the 4th box was actually not beady at all, but for those who might be a little bit nerdy like me and interested, it was an RPG, a tabletop RPG for the world setting of Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson. If you know what that means, then you know that that's cool. We joined a Kickstarter and they sent out our pledge, and that arrived today. So my husband is very happily checking out his new books and everything, and detailing everything so that we can play that at some point in the future. But that's not beads. Y'all are here for beads. So I am excited. I figured I would start with Softlex, and then we'll do Danielle Wix, and then we'll go over my 2 Bead Box Bargains orders. So let me zoom back in. So this is normal. And set a couple of these packages off to the side, a few rather, and get my Softlex order out. So, one of the things I can't actually open because it's not time yet, friends. I got the new bundle. I did. I got the new bundle. This is for the October Great Bead Extravaganza, and it is called Black Brilliance. And when I saw it, I mean, just even the packaging, but I can show you this because it does show this on the website. So there's no secret here. This is the Jesse James bead mix that goes with it. And you can see it's black and crystal colors and silver. I mean, you guys saw several times this summer, I created some monochromatic design, some black on black or black on silver. So this is definitely up my alley, and I'm looking forward to opening it. As you can see, I have not opened it yet, so I don't know for sure what's in here. But I thought that was pretty cool, and I went ahead and got that. And I'm going to open that and use that when it's the right time for that. Again, that's going to be in October. So we'll just set that aside for now. But I was ordering that, and there was, I don't remember what the thing was, but I was trying to hit a certain dollar amount for, or I was trying to stay under a certain dollar amount rather. But I went ahead and got some more crimp tubes. These are my favorite kind of crimp tubes, the 2x2 crimp tubes from Softlex. These are silver because I use those a lot. I had on a previous ordered one of these little blue mushrooms that came in the wild mushroom kit. And I need to find him because I meant to order 2 and I only got 1, but it's just this one little guy, but he's also the perfect colors to go in the So Charming kit. If you haven't seen what's in that, Softlex is doing a lot of content this week for Customer Appreciation Week. That's the kit that they put together for it. It's called So Charming, and it's got some really pretty blues, and so I think that's gonna be really cute in there. So I'm gonna find my other mushroom and put them in my Charming kit. And because it was on sale, and hello, it's beautiful, bright colors and yellow, and I know Beki's not a yellow person, but I am, I went ahead and got the Carnival bead strand that was discounted. And I think that this is still available the last I looked, which was today. So those are the things I got from Softlex. Some utilitarian stuff that I always use, but also a few cute little things and something to look forward to. I'm glad that I have that Black Brilliance kit, so I'm looking forward to that. And then, time for Danielle Wix. Danielle Wix, smile. See, I left it in the box because I love this. Smile, your beads are here. And she always has such pretty, like, tissue paper and her logo and the seal on it and everything. So let me lift this out. Ooh, it's open on the sides. I don't even have to break that seal. Hey, how cool is that? Okay, so I ordered, oh wait, no, this is freaking, oh, hold on. Okay, I'm going to get back to what I ordered in a minute. But, so on the Seed Bead Saturday, I guess Danielle had told Beki that she was sending us some of the new lentil colors to play with. I don't know if you remember, I made this lentil bracelet. Here it is. I made this from her kit, but by the time I opened my haul and I gave you guys the information, it was all sold out. And so she has put this up. This is available again with some new colors. And it comes with this, it's symbol, which is under the Passion Fashion umbrella. Finding, it's a magnetic finding that is nickel free, friends. This is something that I can use. So I'm really excited about that. But she told Beki on Seed Bead Saturday that she was sending us some new lentils to play with. So I thought, oh, okay, great. I'll have some of the new colors in the lentils. And I do. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So here's the 5 colors. I think it's 5 colors per 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 colors. Here's the 5 colors of one of the new colorways. And it's got this, let's see if we can get this where you can see it a little bit better. Where is my little dish? There's my dish. There's these guys. There's these creamy guys. She said she was going to send some lentils for us to play with. So I kind of expected that. I was like, okay, there's going to be some lentils in here. But she didn't just send me the lentils, friends. I'm just putting them all up here so you can see the colors. This is kind of like bronze and gray at the same time, which is really cool. I like that. And of course, I love any kind of green or teal you put in front of me. So I'm looking forward to that. And there's some more of these guys. Those are pretty. Oh, there's a fly in here. Followed me in here. So I hope you guys don't hear him buzzing around. I have to hear him. That's bad enough. But she didn't just send me the lentils. She sent me a tube of seed beads to do with the project. And there's special, the new colorways that she has as a special blend. This isn't the blend, and that's okay. I'm totally cool with that. But she also sent me one of the findings. So she basically sent me a whole bracelet kit, guys. Like, this is enough to make a bracelet, not just kind of play with a few lentils and check it out. She sent me like a whole other bracelet. And I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Danielle. I'm super, super excited about that. Okay, so what I ordered was another one of her bracelet kits. This is, let's see. This is the Gold Splash Umber Cuff is the, I think mine was a different colorway. I did not. Oh, I do have a packing list in here. Hold on, because this will have my address on it. The description of this is the Midnight Star bracelet kit. There we go. With a little thank you with a heart. Thank you. So this is Midnight Star, and it's gold with this blue and kind of like moody group blues and grays. And again, these are symbol findings, so I can use them and not worry about them. And it's got all the gem duos you need to make. Oh, these are cool. Oh, the splatter on these are just so fun. Okay, I am going to have so much fun with that. I am just going to have so much fun with that. And then there's these guys. And they're like literally half and half beads. They're cool. But these findings have these little glue-in. Oh, it even includes the little gems to glue in. These little glue-ins. You take super duos or gem duos, I think. I think the super duos are what fits. And you glue them in so they become an accent piece for your bracelet like it shows here. How cool is that? So I'm excited, and there's instructions for doing it, but I'm excited. Oh, and of course some fire polish for making a different kind of bracelet, because I am dipping my toe in. I am venturing into the seed beading world, but I am right now not in a position where I feel like I can create my own designs. So I'm absolutely learning from those who have put them together. And Danielle is top of that list. I learn a lot from her and Beki and some other people that I'm going to be following some of their designs. So anyway, that's what I got. Plus my free gift, which is basically a whole other bracelet kit. You are the best, Danielle. Seriously, the best. And I know that I can make this because I made this. So I can do it. And these are nice fall colors. Oh, it's going to be so nice. So, so nice. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I got from Danielle. Let's get into my older order from Bead Box Bargains. I've already blacked out my name in the coupon code. So let's get this out. Some of this is like utility stuff, but also, you guys know me, I'm also going to order some pretty beads. I am definitely going to order some pretty beads. And let's get these kind of sorted so that I can get to them. Oh, they sent me this as a free gift. I'll have to compare. I think I have some of these already and they're nickel free. This is not labeled, so if it's not an exact match to what I have, I might just have to pass them on to my sister or ask her to test them next time and maybe pass them back. We'll see. We'll see what I do with those. But I'm just going to set that aside. And here's the information. For Bead Box Bargains, it is a closeout bead store, so what they have is what they have. Sometimes they can restock. Sometimes if they sell out, you just, you know, have to move on to other things. Or as I'm going to show you in the next order, sometimes they sell out and then you still get another opportunity, and we will talk about that. But let's just go through this. Let me move my guys up out of the way so that I can give you the lowdown. So for this order, this was when they did the 35% off for Labor Day. And so I got all of this for 40 bucks. So I'm excited about that. And let's start with the crystals. So this is a 10-inch strand of 6mm crystal bicone beads in cobalt with AB. And guys, I love this. Look at that shine. Look at that shine. It's such a beautiful blue. Such a beautiful blue. And with that AB, you get like the pops of purple and everything else too. So forgive my neighbors. Kids with noisy little street bikes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that is so pretty. I love that. I love that. And that's so my colors. I love gem tones. I love blues, but I love gem tones. And then we've got some check glass strands. Got a few of them in here, so let's go over those. The first one I've got is some, this one. Okay, I love these. They're so pretty. So this is 4.7 inch. They're 7 by 5mm. Check glass. They're pressed glass barrel beads, chalk white with a metallic glittery silver vitriol. Nope, that's these guys. No, this is the metallic rainbow iris. So they look a little bit like rice beads. I would say they're more rice beads than barrels, but just because they're tapered and less chonky. But this is really pretty. I love the rainbow iris. But I also got the glittery silver vitriol. And guys, these match those lava beads that I love. They're mostly silver, but they catch those same kind of iridescent pinks and purples and stuff that we had before with that. Yeah. It's the same base. This is the same base bead. They've just done different finishes on them. And look at the difference. I think they're so pretty. So I'm excited about those. And then we've got some Drooks. These are Crystal Crackle with Apricot Splash. And I like when the crackle gives it a little bit of shimmer inside. And then we've got triangle beads in 2 colors. This is, whoops. I actually meant to grab the pink luster. This is the red luster, which I'm not mad at. It's a light red that can be used in place of pink because, you know, that's what pink is. The pink was just a softer pinky color, but they're crystal on one side and then you can see the finish on the other. So you can see the strand through the ones where the crystal is showing, and then this is what the outside of it is. So there is a front and back if that matters to your design. And then the same again, but in the baby blue luster. You guys know I love my baby blue luster. Yes. And then the last strand that I have are these. I just loved how cheerful and yellow these are. So these are a cathedral bead. They're a 6mm cathedral bead in jonquil with an antique silver wash. And I think that that antique silver wash just kind of gives it a little bit of a dreamy quality to it. Yeah, that's a good angle to show you. I think those are so pretty. And they introduced some new beads and I like them. And so they go in my wish list, and then a big sale comes up. It's time to hit the wish list. I didn't get everything on my wish list, but I got some. Okay, so I know that I'm out of like the major stash building phase, but I'm also still kind of in the stash building phase. You guys said I would be, and I am. But this is not nearly as big of a haul as one of the last ones that I did. So then we've got some findings. Okay, so these are going to be a little bit more utilitarian, but they're ones that I needed. I got, let's see. Oh, the less utilitarian part of that list. Also in the findings. Oh, I haven't been giving you numbers. I should give you numbers. Let me just back this up real quick because it won't take me long. So these blue crystals, they're CRYS 4093. And then these were on strands, so they didn't have the numbers on them. They just listed the numbers on the bag like this. But I have their list here. So this is the one that is the metallic rainbow iris is 1127. The silver vitriol is 1128. The crystal crackle with apricot splash is 1133. The red luster is 1137. The baby blue luster is 1135. 1135 for the red, 1137 for the blue. And that's like that steel blue kind of look. And then the cathedral beads were 864. So yeah, that's why I didn't show you numbers, because honestly they didn't have numbers on them and I forgot all about that being part of the unboxing. So these are 1855. And these ones are rhinestone and enamel cow charms. And yes, guys, I checked the metal on these. They are nickel free. So I can wear them, I can use them, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but they're adorable. These are some glamorous cows, friends. Look at the sparkle on those glamorous cows. Nice enamel work and the little CZ, and they're just, or not CZ, rhinestone. But they're 14 by 15, so they're little guys, but they'll be cute dangles on earrings or some other way to do them. They were just too cute. I am not someone who wears cows or decorates with cows, but they were cows and they're like princess cows. And I had to, so I did. I totally did. Okay, and then I've got these guys. I don't really have clamshell like knot covers, because mostly when I string, I use Softlex and I use my magical crimper and crimp tubes. But I do plan on doing some knotting projects using some knotting cord and in various types, trying to find out what I like to use. And so I need to get some of these so that I can finish those projects. And this is Find 2130. And these are surgical stainless steel. So they are hypoallergenic. There's 50 pieces. And they're 8 by 4.5mm. So that's something that I definitely needed. And then I've got also in the stainless steel category, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'm not 100% sure these are my style, but they're 2583. And they're stainless steel links or leaves. And I'm hoping that I become comfortable enough that I can maybe weave some seed beads into this that catch the light and make some nice shimmery like fall earrings. Maybe that's what I'm going to do with these. I don't know yet. But I want to see if when I dress them up, if I like them more, because I don't know that I'd wear them just like this. But I also don't know if I'm up to skill level wise getting some beads tied on or wrapped on or whatever method is best to do that. That's going to be for Jenny experimenting because I'm learning new things. So those are something fun. And then we've got, where did they go? Oh, these other things must be, oh, they're under pins. We'll get back to these guys when we get to pins. Let's get on to some gems because I have some really fun gems. This is, it's 42 by 14 millimeter Z agate, and that's the DZI. It's dyed and heated, but guys, it's a dragon. Look at that dragon on this bead. And it says it's red ivory. I would say this is more of like a, definitely more brown. It looks like carved wood is what it looks like. And I know there was a lot of variation. So I got one that was definitely more on the brown side, brown and ivory, but I am not at all mad about this. You know, I was just talking about learning some knotting. One of the types of knotting I want to do is maybe some leather knotting, maybe making something for my husband. This might feature heavily in that. And there's more Z in my next order. But this was one of the last ones that they had. I'd put in, like when they introduced all of them, I put them all in my wish list and then I went to go order and most of them had sold out, but I got that one. I did get the dragon. So I'm very happy about that. And then speaking of dragons, this is a 14-inch strand of 6 millimeter dragon veins agate. And this is in red and pink, but I love how when they dye this, it just highlights the veining, the natural veining in the stone. That's one of the cool things about dragon's vein. And I know I did a necklace recently that used dragon's vein. It had a dragon's vein pendant focal. That one was more like orange and green tones, but these colors I think are beautiful. And I don't know where I'm going to use them, but I know someday I'm going to use those. Sorry, that's gem 6760. And some of these things may still be available because I did these as a wish list order, but also some of them might be sold out. The best way to check is to go to the website and in the little, click the little magnifier glass for the search icon and put in this 4-digit number. And what it will do is it will pull up all of the results for that 4-digit number, regardless of what the prefix is. So that way you're not worrying about whether or not you put the prefix in correctly or anything like that. You can do that. If it doesn't pull up, it means that it is no longer available. If you want to look at a listing after it's no longer available, you can go to a regular search bar, just like in your search engine. I think it's possible it only works in Google. That's where I do it. And you put Bead Box Bargains and then in quotes, this full item number, and then close your quotes and search. And it will pull up archive listings, which it'll still show sold out. You still won't be able to buy it. But if you wanted to look at the details, like if you wanted to look at metal information or things like that, that's one of the things you can do. Just a little tip of how to use these numbers. Because we give you the numbers. And, you know, there's little tips and tricks on how best to use them. Okay. Oh, these are fun. Okay, I don't know if these have been sitting out long enough. And I don't know if my camera will pick it up anyway. But these are glow in the dark, friends. These are glow in the dark. They're lampwork glass glow in the dark round beads. I've got 10 millimeter and I've got 8 millimeter. So these are the 10 millimeters. And they're black, so they will go really well with some of the more dark, spooky designs. And then I'm gonna see if I can wrap my hands around here. Whoop. Maybe not. Maybe not. Do we get a glow? Do we get a glow? Guys, I don't see a glow. I might need them to absorb more light before they'll do their thing. And also they may not show on camera. I tried though. I tried. They had these in black and orange, and I'm much more likely to design with black so that my usual, like the, so that the, like, I'm more likely to use this as just a part of a normal design that, oh, surprise, it glows in the dark, than I would with the orange. So I did get them in both those sizes, and that was 705 for the 10 millimeter and 707 for the 8 millimeter. They're so fun. Okay, and then I got these ones. I got 2 packs of these 50 gauge eye pins in silver. I did check this listing. They are nickel free, and that's pin 581. This is kind of a go-to for me. They're strong pins, so you're going to want to make sure that you use don't use your normal flesh cutters to cut these. Use your memory wire cutters. But they're good pins, and I wanted these because they're longer, because they're the 50 millimeters instead of 40 millimeters. I can fit more on there if I want something larger. And then they had these. This is a 100 pack of the 22 gauge stainless steel ball head pins, and this is the hypoallergenic grade of stainless steel. So look how straight those are. That's really great. They're pin 589. I think that these sold out because they were these special value packs that had 100 pieces in each. And these are also the 50 millimeter. I got 2 packs. So that's why I've got a little bit bigger bag that has both of those in it. And I've got just a couple more items, 3 more items it looks like. These were closeout. So I'll show you why these were closeout. This is a 14-inch strand of 11 to 12 millimeter freshwater shell carved heart-shaped leaf beads. I love leaves. I love heart-shaped leaves. And this was a oh, I got a good strand. Okay, so this was and it does have an AB finish, so there is a little bit of a shimmer on those. I'm showing you in my hand. I will also put it on my dish, but I think that they'll show better here against my fingers. They'll just pick up the contrast a little bit better. Now, the reason these were closeout is some of these were drilled funny. So when they got drilled, they were like just through a part of the bead. So then the next bead stacked up really close to it. So you really weren't shorted any beads, but you had some unusable ones. But mine is actually a full strand, even though I got that closeout price. Full strand of all drilled correctly, and that's pretty cool. I am not mad about that. So here they are on my dish. If I can hold it still, I'm just going to slowly rotate it around so that you can see some of that variation in the way the light hits it differently, because it does have that AB to give it a little extra shimmer. So no, I'm not mad about that. I am not mad about that. I also got, these are stainless steel jump rings that are 18 karat gold plated. They're 5 millimeter, and I have been burning through gold jump rings. So I got these, even though each of these bags has 50, that doesn't even look like 50 to me. I'm sure it is. I'm sure if I count it that's 50, but I will go through these so quick. But they didn't have a whole lot left, so I went ahead and got a couple bags. That was 169. Did I show you the shell? Or the pearl is 629. And see, sometimes it's a 3-digit number. That's okay. You can do the search exactly the same way that I described earlier. So no problems there. Okay, and the last thing I got, because they're adorable, and I'm apparently not done with fish. I got these spacer beads, 1940. These were, they're 14 by 10 millimeter, and they're antique silver. And they've got some weight to them, so I would say they're probably not hollow, that they're drilled through. It's possible they're hollow, but they've got some weight to them. But look how cute they are with their little faces. Their little faces. So cute. Yeah, I'm not done with fish. And so they were in my wish list. They're nickel free. I got them because I could get them. I got them because I could get them. So that's what I got for the order that I was hanging on to, that I was waiting to show you. I had a bag that all this was in, and now it's disappeared. It might be this one. It is this one. Okay, so I'm just tucking these guys away. I am leaving this guy out though, because he's related to some friends in my next order. And I want to show you them all together because I might be getting ideas. I'm not going to make them today. I'm going to make them later this week. Hopefully. I have to practice. I have to learn how to do things like barrel knots. Wish me luck, friends. Wish me luck. Who's your favorite person to learn a barrel knot from? I want to watch several so that I can try different methods and find what I like best. Tell me who your favorite to learn from is. Leave me a comment. Oh, and also, speaking of leaving me a comment, I have started to do a stash make where once a month or so, I will just make something entirely from my stash, not from a subscription box. Oh, that's a cute free gift. They're little pearls. 611. They're probably a reconstituted pearl, but they kind of a light orange color, multifaceted. That was a cute gift. But if you see me unbox something in this haul that you would love to see me make from, leave a comment about it. And I might consider that for one of my upcoming stash makes where I just pull stuff from my stash. Don't worry about whether or not it's a subscription. And it doesn't matter which company you saw me open it from. None of that matters. And let me know what you'd like to see, and I will consider doing that for one of my things. So I got a lot of fun things here. This is going to be fun. Okay, so I'm kind of sorting them into type because yeah, we've got some fun things to look at. Okay. Yeah. Let's start with this. This is one of my go-to caps. It's a little bit different size. It's cap 1087. There's some that are like a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. These are the little bit bigger ones, and they're these 5-petal silver flowers, and I like them because they're just such a sweet addition to beads without like taking over. So that's one of my favorite kind of caps to use. I don't use a lot of caps, but that's one I know that I keep going back to. So when I see it, I buy it. And then I've got this in my check glass selections. This is a strand because I told you I love leaf beads. I'm not done with leaf beads. There's going to be more in my future. So these ones they're front to back drilled. So when they're strung, they just look like this. Just looks like, you know, check glass in aqua and let's see, it's aqua and brown swirl. But they're this little carved bead, and it has that mark, like the leaf marks on both sides of it. So depending on how you use it and how you wear it, you can turn it any direction and you have those. But I just thought they were really pretty. I liked the colors. And I think they're going to be fun to play with. So that is 1152. And then we've got some ear stuff. I've got ear wires and some also ear posts. So let's see what order it's got me doing it. There we go. I think it's kind of mixed up. Actually, it'll be in order. I should just put them in the order that they will be. Except they're not in that order. Weird. Okay, the first thing we have, ear 107. These are gunmetal fish hooks with the coil and the ball and coil is what they say. So that's just gunmetal. I have a hard time sometimes finding nickel-free ear wires in some of the harder to find colors. So I know I have some that are gunmetal, but I know I've used some, so I wanted to get some more. I got some of them out so you could see them better. That's much better instead of trying to look past that package. But that does mean I have to put them back in the package. That's okay. That's okay. I will do this for you so you can see things. And then we've got the same, but these are a lot more pink than I expected. They're like, there's a soft rose gold and then there's like a very bright rose gold. These come across, at least when they're all piled together, as a very bright rose gold, almost a bright copper, which I know that's what rose gold is. No, that's not too bad. But they're the same with the coil and ball. And they're rose gold. I don't have any rose gold ear wires. The only rose gold ear wires are ones that my sister made or that I would make for myself from craft wire, which I can do, but sometimes you just want an easy ear wire that you can just get and attach and not worry about filing the end or anything like that. And so these were nickel free and I grabbed them. They are made from a nickel free brass and there's 40 pieces in this one. So there were 50 in the gunmetal. This is 283. There's 40 in the rose gold. And then I've got some, these are 18 karat gold plated brass ear studs, but they are nickel free. And I've got them in two different styles. This is the rose, it's 284. Holding it close in my fingers because that's easier. And then we've got this one. This is the, yep, they call it a daisy. Same thing, gold plated brass, but it is nickel free brass. And it's just, it's a post with a loop so you can attach a dangle to it. So we've got those two. Those two really delicate looking post earrings. I got out of the habit of wearing post earrings when I was having to wear headsets all the time, but there's not really any reason why I can't wear post earrings now. So I probably will. I think that post is a tiny bit bent, but it bends right back. So that's good. And that, again, the rose was 284, the daisy 287. I don't know if they still have these, but I did decide to go ahead and get them so that I can play a little bit more with that, especially since these are not really thick posts. So I think they'll be comfortable in my ear. They do not come with ear nuts. So if you don't already have some silicone ear backs or something like that you can use, you will need to get something to help keep them on. So an important note, definitely an important note. Okay. And then, almost done with the ear wires, I also didn't have like some ready to go staple antique brass. And we are in fall weather, and so I have antique copper, I have silver, I have gold, I now have gunmetal and rose gold. I also wanted some antique bronze, antique brass, what do they call it? Antique bronze. For some of those kind of earthier tones. Again, I used some recently that my sister had made for me, but I only have a few of those. And I think that I'm going to make them faster than I can get more from Beki or make my own, which I can make my own. I know I can. But again, if I have a chance to snatch up some nickel-free ear wires that are ready to go, I will take them. And I did. I absolutely did. And then, oh, and I didn't tell you. So the first order, I spent about $40 on. This one I spent $43.93. And that was using the 30% off discount code that I get for being a Bargain Bead Box subscriber. So if you subscribe to the monthly Bargain Bead Box, you get a code that you can use any number of times you want to for 30% off at the sister store. And I use that a lot. And I saved on this order, I saved on just one order $17.19 using that code. Considering that subscription is only like $23 and includes shipping, I think that's doing pretty good. So, okay, I think we're almost, yes, time for some fun beads. So they had some cashmere, polymer clay cashmere beads in one of the companion bundles. And when Beki tested the metals, it was nickel free. So I took a chance and I went ahead and got these ones with the teal and rose gold on it. This actually has very little metal. The only metal is up here at this part of the bead, which is actually, depending on how you use it, very unlikely to rub against my skin. But even so, all I have to do is take this to my sister's house next time I go visit and test it, and then I can know whether or not I can use the little bit of metal that's in this, because most of this is clay and crystal, as you can see. So I did. I took a chance on those. These ones are not, as far as I know, confirmed nickel-free, but I suspect that they'll be okay for me to use because the ones in the companion bundle, they tested negative, and so I used them. So, and also the placement of where the metal is and that that's not likely to rub against my skin. Just one of the things I'm going to do. I love this stone. I think I got a strand of this not too long ago. It may even be the same strand. I don't even care. It's 5137. I told you I love green, but I love especially these colors of green. And this looks like a snow-covered forest to me. And I'm so ready for this. I'm ready for winter. I'm ready for, yeah, some Christmassy things, but also like, give me my snow-covered forest, please. Please, please, please. This is green tree jasper. I mean, they call it right. I mean, it looks like trees. And it is a 15-inch strand of 6mm. These are 6mm, guys. And it's just such a beautiful shade of green. It's also one of my husband's favorite shades of green. So this is something that I can use both in, you know, feminine designs for me, masculine designs for him, you know, unisex, so that no, it doesn't matter, whatever. I think this is something that that I will use. So even if I already have a strand of these that I haven't put away yet, I still love these and I'm not mad if I got extra. Those were, no, yeah. So those were the only, what I think of as like traditional gemstones that I got in this order. But I did also get, so here's what I was talking about earlier in this video. If something sells out, and it was on your wish list, I really, really recommend that you check the leaving soon category periodically, because what happens is Lauren and her team always hold a reserve amount of each item. So that if there's anything that is damaged or lost in shipping, they can offer a replacement if you know there's a problem with the original orders that all went out. So there's a small number that might become available again, and that's exactly what happened with these, and that's what prompted this whole order. Is I knew that there would be potentially a bundle coming up that I could maybe get free shipping on, but I didn't even care. I wanted to order these because I had these in my wish list and they disappeared. And then I saw them in leaving soon, and I knew that they put those reserve quantities back available. So I snagged them. That's what started this whole thing. This whole order was because these became available. I'm going to do these first. These are probably the closest to traditional because these are all Z-style agate. So this is agate. Whoops. One of those came loose. That's okay. I'll just have to be careful because there's the small knot they're sliding over at the end here. So that's what happened there. So nothing's broken, but these, oh, they're so pretty, guys. They're so pretty. I love this. It says that so the description says that they are brown and white with a blue and green stripe. And mine is mostly blue, and it's this beautiful, beautiful blue. They're just, oh, they're very lightly faceted, very, very lightly faceted. So they're not entirely smooth, and they are just so pretty. So this is 6mm. It is a 15-inch strand. It's got this kind of rusty brown color and then that beautiful blue. I think this is going to go really well with some of the recent sweater weather box, as you know, just saying, like this blue combined with some of those other like slate blues, and yeah, I think that that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to these, and I was so happy when they became available again. I totally got them. Grabbed these two that came loose, put them back in. I don't know that they have any more of these, but if they do, it's 5419. And see, this is why I left my dragon out, because I should have just done this. I should have just done this. So this is my dragon that I got in that first order, the one that was still available. But like, these ones won't fit on leather, but just look at how cool some of these things are together. I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm gonna put things back in their bags when I get them back in their bags because I have more to show you with the Z agate. Okay, or the Z style agate. And then I've got 4 pieces. That's these guys. This is 6989. And these ones do have not as big of a hole as the dragon, but not a bad hole either. So I'm not sure exactly where I'll use them, but these are brown eye pattern barrel beads. Move this so you can see, and it's just got this. Oh, one of them is wavy. Oh, I got an slightly off mix. So these ones have the eye pattern where you can see the circle and stuff. This one is just a wavy thing, and I'm not mad. They're just unique. They feel very like unique, and they are a dark brown. So they're not quite as dark as you're seeing on the screen, but pretty close. Pretty close. So we've got those guys. And then to go with those guys, this is a 10 by 24 millimeter that matches that same patterning, see? You can see the eye a little bit better on the larger stone bead. They're just really cool. And again, slightly larger hole than the little barrel friends. So some options. I will play around with these for sure. So this is a lot of the brown tones, but I also, like I said, I am drawn to blues and greens. So they had this one. This is 6992. This guy was 6990. 6992 is crackled blue green with white brown. And look at that. I don't know if you can see, like you can see the blue and the green and the crackle. Oh, that is coming through so nice. That's the size hole on it. Again, really good hole for playing around with thicker materials. I love this swirl that you get between the green and the blue behind the very geometric pattern, this organic swirl. Sorry, there we go. Block the other beads. They were stealing the attention. Anyway, I think that's really pretty. And that one is blue and green. And then this one is crackled blue-green with white brown. So the same description, but this just shows what some of this variation looks like. These definitely lean more blue. And they've got kind of that eye pattern, but not exactly uniform between the two either. So in fact, this is more green, this one is more green, and this one is more blue. Let me get them on the dish. See if you can see that difference or not on the screen. Yeah, you can a little bit. So this is the one that's more green, and that's the one that's more blue. And depending on how and where you use them, that may not matter. But there was so much variation in these, which I thought was really cool. And again, felt very organic. So this is my Z agate collection that I just got. And I am excited to play with them a little bit and maybe try out some new skills. So look for something using some of these elements from me soon. Okay, let's get through the last few items. There's only a few left. This won't take long. I had gotten these twist pendants in some different stones, and I still had the lapis lazuli. And these are 38 by 17 millimeter. And this is the lapis lazuli. You can see that pretty blue color. And let's see, with antique silver. And I know that these were nickel free because I had to check. So I've got those. I wanted to go ahead and get that while it was still available. And then also the same again, but with this rose gold. I guess I could have done this one on the dish. I'll do it with the dish, both of them together. Here's the rose gold. And I like to show some of these without my hand behind it. Like lapis lazuli is opaque, so it wouldn't have made a difference. But like these translucent stones, I do like to hold them in this way so that you can see just how transparent something is. So this is very lightly, like most natural rose gold, very lightly pink. with the lapis lazuli beside it. And this one is very transparent. I know sometimes rose quartz can be more milky, or well, not milky, but like more crystallized. And so it can, they have a more opaque texture. So anyway, I got those. I like to have options, especially when it comes to substituting in some of my own focals for ones that I don't know the metal content on or can't test immediately or anything like that. And then I love these magnetic clasps. I love a magnetic clasp in general, so I got 2 of these. These are the 19 by 12 millimeter antique copper flower guys that have a little hole and a post so that they can help hold each other in place. And I really like these, so I have opportunities to grab them. I grab them because I do like to use those, and I like to use magnetic clasps in just more than just gold and silver, which are my easiest ones to get. So yeah, that I'm gonna put some of these things away later, but that was my haul. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've done a haul, but I'm really excited about what I got. I'm excited about some of the opportunities that I have to make. I'm excited about opening up some stuff later that I haven't opened up yet, like that Black Brilliant set. And I love that Danielle is so sweet that my free gift was basically a whole other bracelet kit. You're the best, Danielle. You really are. You're the best. And again, I'm looking forward to playing with some new techniques, some new materials. If you see something that you liked and want to see me make with, leave a comment. We'll consider it for a future stash make. And there was another thing I said to say in the comments, and now I don't remember what it was. I was curious about it. I'll probably catch that when I watch this on replay. I know Beki doesn't like to watch her own videos. I do watch my own, but that's because I'm like, I have to make sure that it's okay. It's quality control. So I do sometimes go back and be like, oh, that was dumb. So don't worry. If you see it, I'll see it later too. I promise. But yeah, I am looking forward to what I got. I hope that you enjoyed this little bit of a haul. And look at these. So yeah, I guess get these guys back on the screen because, you know, why not? Honestly, there's so many possibilities and fun things that we can do with this. So I'm looking forward to try it out. In the meantime, I hope that you are off to a great start to your week. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit like, ring the bell so that you know when we have new videos, and leave us a comment. Like I said, I do want to know what you liked about this. And when I can find that other question, I want an answer to that one too. You probably already know. Anyway, have a wonderful week. Happy beading, and don't forget to play. Bye, friends.